What's up, friends? Welcome back to the Number 2 Pod. I'm Glenn.
I'm Simi.
And this episode is going to be 2025. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, thank you for subscribing. We hope you enjoyed all our episodes last year. It's a new year, so we have new episodes. You're welcome. How have you been, Simi? I don't know what that accent was that I just
Simi.
said. It was like, how have you been? What do they say in England? It's like, has it been? What did you say they say?
They say, you're right.
You're right.
Like, yeah, I am okay. Thank you for asking.
Was it a rough day at the quarry?
We look like Wicked right now.
Wicked.
It's the green and pink.
The Wicked Witch of the Burbank. That's good. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing well as well.
Oh, yeah. How are you doing?
Good. Pretty good.
We had a lot of technical difficulties before this podcast started.
We had so many technical difficulties. Shout out to, we may be removing that ad at the beginning.
Road, we're going to need some new equipment. Gang.
So shout out to the tech geniuses and patients. I just burped it on at the same time.
How's that possible?
I don't know. It's all happening.
Wow. Welcome back to the podcast. It's been a minute.
It's been
There's a lot that went on with the whole holiday and New Year.
Pretty insane.
One of the things.
I had a baby.
Congratulations.
And I named it Tamaran. And them are doing well.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the holidays were crazy. I think I worked 60 hours and taught, I don't know, too many spin classes to count, that more than are healthy. I had a lot canceled, but I was also subbing, plus my regular job. Plus,
I don't know how you do it.
Things, and I did that for 3 weeks while sick.
Your sister does it too. I don't know how she does it as well.
I don't know how she does it. Absolutely insane. Holidays were nuts. Didn't really do anything for the holidays or for New Year's, but I did work. So
we both worked. I just got a new gig.
Oh yeah, Simi is back to the W-2 class. He's no longer 1099 independent millionaire. Now he's got that steady flow at the end of the month. Twice a month, he bleeds
blood
tampons. Yeah, so the holidays were crazy. We hope you guys had a great holiday and got everything that you wanted, because there was no shortage of insane people at the store buying things. And I haven't seen any of you guys showing off those things. So did you throw them away? Did you return them? Did you regift them?
Do you have the new kicks on?
Do you have the new kicks? Because I haven't seen any new outfits.
Do you feel awkwardly cool?
Literally. So I don't know what people opened for Christmas, but it wasn't anything new.
Jamiroquai.
It wasn't Jamiroquai.
10 year.
Oh, we woke up and realized we had been doing this for 10 years. Not the podcast. Well, we have been doing the podcast for 10 years, but just we haven't been recording it.
Yeah.
So it was our 10-year dating anniversary.
Dating? Can you date for 10 years?
Well, you're not boyfriends when you meet. Your meeting anniversary encounter.
Well, it's been 10 years.
It's been 10 years.
And it went by in a blink of an eye. You're right. It's like you just woke up and 10 years.
It's pretty crazy.
How old are you now? It's really none of your business.
At all. Yeah, my mom said, oh my God. I never yawn. I haven't yawned in years. My mom said happy anniversary. That was the only person that recognized our...
I mean, I made a post on Instagram and there are a lot of people that...
Comments. Wow. Well, good for you.
Thanks.
It's nice to have some recognition for some commitment to something.
So much commitment.
Yeah, pretty crazy. If you're going to be in a relationship for 10 years, my recommendation is don't. Because it's hard. It's hard work.
It really is. It's a commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. People ask us if do you want to have kids? Like, no, we are the kids. We take care of each other.
Yeah.
Girl, you got to stop
getting enough oxygen over here.
You doing all right? It's bedtime. I mean, we were supposed to record earlier. There was so much technical difficulties that we had that now we're just tired and ready for bed.
A long and winding road.
What's your advice for
young people seeking? Marry for money, for
sure. Oh, yeah, for money.
For sure.
This is not it.
Because pretty much the money that you have when you start your relationship is the money. That money is gone. And then there will be no new money.
And if both of you are spenders.
Yeah, even though you work really hard and do everything everybody in the world tells you to, you will have no money. So marry for money and I don't know, take...
What's love got to do with it?
Take antidepressants because you hate the person or whatever.
So many drugs.
Maybe meet the family first.
Wow! I would say the same.
I would say the same because we all got some loons.
My family is amazing. I don't know.
Your family is amazing. We actually just went to see your family, and I'm looking forward to going back. I am. I literally said to you yesterday, I was like, we really should go back to the Bay. The first couple of times you go stay with your partner's family, it's like awkward because you just want to get a hotel. Because I like my space, you know what I mean? But like after a while, you're like, whatever. Like,
but we go to your parents' house, and it's just like
when we visit my parents, they don't even know we're there. They're like, oh, you're here. They don't want anything to do with us. When we go visit your family, we have to like be on our best behavior.
We can't talk about family. I got in trouble for talking about family.
We love it. They can come on the podcast. Shout out, call in on the line, on the hotline.
We should do that. I actually know how to do that.
We are going to have a McManus Theaker special on the pod.
Yes.
Anyway, what's your advice that you would give to some young lover? It is the month of February.
I would say, let's get serious now. Accept the person you're with 100% unconditionally, or get the out.
Yeah, definitely try and change them, and that will work for sure.
You don't want to change them. You either accept everything or like, you know, obviously you guys like want to grow together and you want to become better people together. So if like one person's just like not like elevating you and you're not elevating them,
do the work.
Yeah, there's some things that I feel like certain people try to change about the another person, which like that's that person and that's the person you originally fell in love with. So it's like, why are you trying to change that about them? You knew the whole time that they were like this. Like, yeah. I don't know. So
slut.
Yeah, I knew you were a slut the whole time.
That's me on the corners with Charity Ann looking for our hussies.
Just kidding.
Hustles.
You're far from a hoe. No, but I feel like that's what like I would do with you, just because you have a dry sense of humor. And sometimes with my family, they take offense to a lot of things sometimes. So it's always just like when you make your dry like humor comments, I think to my like I love it and it's hilarious.
Think I do that in my everyday life.
Well, I would always just be like, well, just be like this and be like that. When at the end of the day, I was like, why am I doing that? Like that's just gonna make my partner insecure about his own self when he should be insecure about anything. And yeah, just don't try to change the
young
person.
Ones. I want to talk to you about tone. That's my advice. How you speak to someone. That's all.
And young ones, I would like to say that
it sounded like you're going to start to
don't change anyone you're with. But I guess I'll just change my tone.
You can't.
Is my tone too sarcastic right now?
No, your tone right now is fine. But sometimes when you speak to me, it is not nice.
When I speak, sometimes it's direct.
And that is negatively.
When I tell you, Glenn, chill out with a baby voice.
I thought you said don't try and change somebody. That's like me saying chill out with the being a little bitch. Like, we're going to start a new content platform where we record your little tantrums. We'll see how long those last. Hey. To year 11.
We listen and we don't judge.
We're a judgmental family. So,
oh my God, this is too funny.
Anyway, good luck. Relationships are hard. Just remember, 1 in 2 straight people get divorced. And that shit was invented by a church to create a tax loophole.
All right, calm down.
So,
what about the gay statistics?
Gay people will not have the right to be married for much longer. If you saw the news today, Idaho, thanks.
You a hoe?
Idaho, the state.
I knew it. So fires.
This is rapid fire topics. Okay, so the next topic is coming to the present. Is there have been bad fires in California, and thank you everyone for reaching out to us. You don't text me or call me on my birthday for 20 years. You don't acknowledge my existence for 20 years. But there's a dramatic fire in the wealthiest part of California and Altadena. And
which is wealthy.
Which is, I mean, yeah,
don't talk Altadena.
It's not like billionaires. But anyway, so, and yet you text me. So weird. Anyway, the fires did happen. I'm going to tell the story. It was pretty crazy. I had visited, you work near Pasadena, near Altadena. And we had a lunch, whatever. And I was driving home and like the wind. I mean, I've been.
Oh yeah, before the fires even happened, that wind. I've lived in LA, what, 17 years?
Yeah.
Never. I mean, we've had like wind and it's been really windy in the past, but that was like.
I have been to Florida, even though I was not there, Mom, to visit Disney World in hurricane conditions and experienced extreme winds. And this was worse. But that was the day before. That was like the night of.
Yeah,
basically.
it was so bad it would shake your car. Like I was driving home and I was like, oh.
When I came home, the power was out and I was sitting in the bedroom. This is a film studio, not my rent. And like the walls were like,
yeah.
It was horrible. It
definitely felt like an earthquake.
So it doesn't matter who started the fire or if it was the power company, power lines, barrier power lines, or a homeless person.
You could have just smoked a cigarette.
That
wind
cigarette
was winding
something on fire. And it is obviously dry here. I mean, it's horrible. So shout out to everybody who lost their homes and everybody affected. I mean, if you have a house, obviously the insurance thing is a mess. But my heart goes out to people like working class people, because say you worked at a grocery store in the Palisades and the grocery store burned down, that company is going to be like, you can come work 50 miles away. You know what I mean? Like, these aren't nice companies. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to spend the money to pay your salary while they rebuild the grocery store. Well, shout out to those people. I hope you get, new jobs and it's like a rebirth for you, because it's like, what do you do?
Well, the new job I was just talking about that I got is in Pasadena. And I remember the first day got up in the morning and I was like, okay, I got to go to work. And there was just like a billowing black cloud of smoke that was coming from that direction. I was like, I have to drive that way to go to work, because I mean, my work was still open. And
so scary.
I was like, what am I getting myself into? But yeah, it was just raining ash for days. The air quality was just not good. It's still not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, people were asking if we're affected. Other than air quality, no. Like, we're so far from those fires.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of people who were worried about us. Like,
well, and it was 2 years ago, I believe, the bad fires that were actually really close to us. It was like the Woolsey fire. I don't know the name of it. But I
still feel like those are not even really near us.
What are you talking about?
They are,
we
but
were
like
at 24-hour fitness and we could have crossed the highway. The entire hills were on fire. Don't you remember that?
No.
I remember it vividly.
I just don't think it's ever going to touch over here.
I mean,
never say never.
Never
say never, because
this building's made of wood.
Yeah. We're safe. We're good.
Well, it's just wild. Like, in tragedy, people are very concerned with like blame instead of just saying like, wow, something bad happened. Yeah. Like, let's do better.
Like, I don't think anybody really realizes like how many people are displaced. Yeah. Like, the job that I got is at an apartment complex, and the calls, like, it's the saddest thing. Like, one lady, she called and she never rented before. And she had lived in her house forever. And she's like, I don't know how to do this. How does this work? Another person,
they're just desperate.
A gentleman called and he's wanted, something more than a 2-bedroom because he had a 5-bedroom house. And we're like, sorry, like, all we have is 1-bedrooms right now, because like we've been inundated with. But yeah, it's just been crazy and sad, but it's been really cool too to see people come together. All the donations, people volunteering.
Because people like genuinely want to help. Like,
and I've met a lot of the displaced people. They still have such a positive attitude. Like, they're not. I mean, it's devastating, but you would never know it talking to them, which I'm like kind of shocked about.
It's amazing what people are willing to endure. I mean, it's wild, crazy times.
Let's just hope that wind doesn't. It's supposed to be raining, right? It started to rain when I was driving home today.
Insane. So insane. What else is new?
What else are you talking about?
There is a new man he now lives in a house instead of a lago.
Oh, Donald Trump.
Is that his name? I don't know. I never caught his name the first 4 years. It was so confusing.
Oh, well, he's going to be your president for the next 4.
Yeah, we have new leadership. What to say? I don't know. I'm practicing 2 things. I've decided. I've been very public about this. Radical love is what I'm practicing. So even though the hallway people are loud, my friends and family have actively voted against my human rights for a long time, and often the best thing for them financially, I'm radically loving them. So I'm doing that it's like, it's just not going to get better. And then I'm just not paying attention to the news anymore because I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of draining.
I think they just want attention, and let them have their chance. Like, go.
At the end of the day,
like,
I
it.
feel like even though like certain things may suck, I do believe that everything always evens itself out in the end, somehow, some way. But I think people just have to be vigilant.
Well, it's hard because the people that are most effective have the least amount of resources. You know what I mean? Like, you and I have never had the same rights as other people. You know what I mean? But like, and we may never have them, but that's just what the world wants. So maybe our
I feel like I have all those same rights. What rights don't I have?
Where to begin? I mean, it's a long list.
I mean, used to. I mean, with the marriage thing.
Well, it also depends on the state. Like,
true.
The majority are discrimination laws. In California, it's a little bit different, but I mean, it's just crazy. Like, in the United States of America, you should be able to be yourself, and like live a positive, equal life. And we are surrounded by people that I guess don't want that. I don't know. I mean, I can't ever figure it out because when I talk to relatives that love him, you're like the KKK and Nazis, and like, he doesn't, want me to get married, and he doesn't want me to have the same like tax protections, and he wants me to, be fired for being gay. Like, they just kind of
I get there's just like a lot of fear. I just don't live in fear.
Well, it's the law.
I
so
live
you just
in.
Have gotten
I
lucky.
wish a motherfucker would. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it's just hard, and we're in the middle. We're not at the bottom. We're not at the top. So we just want to suck dick in peace. So pretty crazy. It'll be interesting to see what happens. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast, but we're doing seasonal fire updates.
We are not doing anything.
Updates. These are the topics you wanted. These are not funny topics.
Did I put Trump out there for the?
Yeah, you said there's like a new president.
Oh, there is a new president. Okay,
it's worth talking about. We got to set the stage.
Yeah, well, he was here.
Anyway, more importantly, here's what I care about. I go to Target sometimes twice a day. It's a wonderful place. The Pizza Hut pizzas at the front of Target, award-winning. The fact that there's a Starbucks, geniuses. Why has no other store figured this out? Macy's is trying. It's not the same.
What's horrible, though, is when you go to Target and they're out of the pizzas.
Oh, they only make... Okay, so
we need more pizzas, Target.
No. I talked to the girl. Were you there with me?
No.
She said there's a specific lady who makes them, and she adds extra things to them, and that's why they're so good at that location. We had a whole conversation about it. And she goes, do you want to get one? And I was like, I'm on a diet.
Thank you, lady.
Anyway, so Target this week voted to end their diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives. And all the creators are losing their SHIT because that's like the basis of a lot of their big brands, like why people go, because they have these new collections. They're collaborating with, people of color and, like different heritage and stories and stuff. And they've like made billions of dollars. And now they're like, no, new president. Like, we don't care about that anymore. It's wild. So everybody's speaking out. You know what I mean? And like, I understand like maybe putting less of an emphasis, like maybe less of a budget, it's like, okay, like we've made this progress and like we have these brands and we're telling these stories. Like, let's just make it a part of the main merchandising that we do.
Yeah.
And call it something different. But they're like doing it for like political favor, basically, because of the tariffs. And it's sad because I love Target. So,
well, maybe they'll still keep on those ideals, but just not have this like specific thing in place. I mean,
yeah, we'll see.
We're fingers crossed, but Target.
We have very few things. And did you just kiss your microphone? Yeah. Anyway, friends, it's going to be an exciting year. I thought we would end this first new episode of 2025 by putting some goals out there, because that's what people do in January. I don't believe in resolutions because nobody keeps their resolutions, and it's stupid because it's like, it's February and then people will be like, what's a resolution? You know what I mean? But like, goals are actually something where it's like, I want to accomplish this and I'm going to accomplish it. And like, if I drop the ball, I'm going to pick it back up and I'm going to shoot a 3-pointer in March. So what are your goals for the podcast and for yourself this year?
For the podcast, since we have been gone for a while, we went on a little hiatus for the new year, is to just stay consistent.
Yeah, we've loved doing the podcast and we love y'all's feedback. We get feedback in random places. I also have started to meet strangers. I know this sounds crazy to it's my dad and my friend and then your family that listen to the podcast that we actually get the data. Like it says people are listening to it. It's not like bajillions, but it's more than 3 people that we know. But like I've had strangers come up to me and they're like, oh, do you have a podcast?
Really?
Yeah.
I can't wait till that happens to me one day. You know?
And she was like, it came up. Well, she didn't listen to the podcast, but it came up on her TikTok.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, I was like, oh, what was the clip? And she was like, oh, I don't remember. I just swiped. I'm like, oh, so it wasn't funny. Like, okay, thank you. But yeah, that's a good goal.
Yeah, starting the new job, I always like, because people are so nice. I'm always just like, does my face just look familiar? Because they'll just like smile at me. And I'm like, this is LA. People are not that nice.
No, people are nice. Like, and I think in the crazy times that are now, like, you have to shift your mindset. Like, you have to become, this is what I've been doing. You have to become the other person, basically. Like, what do you want from the world? Like, you have to become it. So it's like, you want more friends. Like, you just have to walk up to the people and be like, hi, friend. Like,
yeah,
Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I told you the story. I was at the gym yesterday. I'm trying to be more social at the gym. No one will ever work out with me. And I walked up with this guy. I see him all the time. He said hi to me. And I was like, I'm going to be the person. I'm going to be the person to do it. Like,
well, that's good because you really kind of don't have that many friends.
Well, now I'm friends with a 60-year-old man who has incredible skin. I definitely thought he was my age. And I did get his number.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, we'll work out. And I'm not a very organized person. But I was like, I'm going to be brave and I'm just going to ask. Like, and I even said, like, I go, if you say no, like, it's cool. Like, I'm just like looking for more people to work out with. And I see you here all the time. Like, we obviously work out at the same time, whatever. No pressure at all. Like, I personally don't care if you say no. I'm not an awkward person.
Oh my God, you're making this awkward. Like, if you were like that with me and you came out, I'd be like, bro.
I used my straight voice.
Not the straight voice.
So I text him and I said, like, hey, like, great meeting you. Like, let me know if you ever want to lift, like, whatever. And he was like, no worries. At dinner with the fam. I'm like, am I friends with this 60-year-old, like, straight dad? Like,
did you think it was gay or something?
I kind of thought he was gay. I don't know. I just thought he was like a young, like, normal person. Like, I don't know.
Do you even have straight friends?
I don't have any gay friends. I don't have any friends. I'm working on it. Anyway, so
I'm rooting for you.
You have to manifest.
Let's get. I feel like. Have you ever seen that movie?
I Am Sam.
No. I Love You, Man.
I'm not. I Love You, Man.
You are. You're like that guy who doesn't have enough people on his like side on the wedding, and you're like, you gotta have to go on like these dates to like make friends.
You're the girl he goes on a date with.
Yeah.
I don't remember I Love You, Man.
And I should probably go down on him more.
Ew, I don't remember that part. Anyway, that's a good goal. My goal for 2025 for the podcast is be consistent. We would love to find a paying sponsor. We have some
love a sponsor.
We have some partnerships and affiliate things, but
also more guests.
Oh yeah, guests are a big one. Like we want to have guests, but
even if it's just calling, I don't care.
It is more of a lift, but it would be fun to have somebody on the show.
Yeah, we could do it.
So if you're interested, let us know. And we can talk about any topic, obviously. Okay, next topic. It was literally the worst 24 hours of my life. I was at work. They banned TikTok.
Absolutely not.
It was insane. It was so insane.
I actually got pretty mad. I didn't think I would get that mad, but I was pissed.
I mean,
I even went on social media and just lost my shit. I don't know.
If my grandma and grandpa told me not to do something, I'm definitely going to do it. And that's basically Congress. So it's like, are you kidding me? It's like
I just can't believe that this is like a pressing issue. It's like out of everything, this is what's
data. They're scared about our data. All of a sudden, they're scared about our data. There's an Alexa device. I unplugged all of mine because I don't trust any of those guys. Throwing that shit away. In all of our homes, recording and videotaping all of us. And yet they're concerned with TikTok, the spread of free information using an ultra good algorithm.
It's wild.
This is the part in Newsies where the propaganda, it's just like, no. Give us, how about this? Come to the bargaining table. Give us one of these things. Healthcare. Raise the living wage. Fix the road. You know what I mean? Like literally do anything government is supposed to do other than spend money on weapons and bombs for wars nobody wants. And then you can ban TikTok. Totally. If we had healthcare, please take away our free speech because we'd be so healthy. We wouldn't need to complain about anything, but they're not going to do that. It's pure evil. It's literally pure evil. And those of you that are responsible.
Oh, and just the billionaires that are just like, they're just creaming to buy TikTok. They're just like, hey, money right now. And just like, you're a fucking loser.
I mean,
Sure.
somebody needs to make, sorry, this is morbid. I'm sure they're lovely people. No, you're not. Somebody needs to make a Handmaid's Tale, but instead of normal people that can't have babies, it's the billionaires. You know what I mean? Because it's like these people, no person amounts that amount of wealth without hurting somebody. And they can live in
It's
denial
like
all they
it doesn't
want.
matter how like it if you have that much money, it's like you can basically do anything and get away with it. You could start an insurrection and just be president again. You could, throw a Hail Hitler sign, a Nazi, symbol, like with your hand, an inauguration.
It's
and
literally disgusting at this
nothing
point.
is just, you could, I don't know. There's so many things that these people are doing. And it's just like, bro, and I wanted a Tesla so bad. I wanted a Tesla
I feel
so
like
bad.
there's gonna be a museum in 20 years where you go and it's gonna be like Mark Zuckerberg, Doofus and children are it's gonna be a field trip. You're gonna have to go on a field trip and you're gonna go have to learn about the oligarchs of America from 2025 or whatever and how we got there. You know what I mean? And then like what society had to do to have them executed. Like, because there's no, like, because of how technology is, there's no way, and the laws, there's no way to fix it. You know what I mean? It's like we've created our own dystopia.
I mean, just the fact that like we were automatically following Donald Trump and that vice president guy, I don't even know his name.
I wasn't.
Automatically, you.
Oh, it's because they had the White House accounts.
No, those were archived,
Really?
and everybody was like automatically following. Yeah.
Oh, hasn't shown up on my thing. It was a suggestion, that JD guy, but I was like, no.
No, I was following. It was crazy. And then, what do you call it?
Yeah, they gotta go.
Mark Zuckerberg, once TikTok was getting banned, and obviously CapCut would have to like got off too, just because TikTok owns CapCut. Literally the next day, Instagram started their own editing app called Edits.
Well, he's famous for it's called zucking. He's famous for not having any ideas and stealing.
It's the most, I don't know. I just find I don't even know what to call it, like chuggy. I find it just like loser, like I don't know. I just find it's just cringe.
Well, he's probably pretty comfortable.
No, for sure, 100%. But it's just crazy that we are using these platforms, and
it's crazy that people who are being hurt the most by these decisions voted for them. That is what I don't understand. Because if you make less than $500,000 a year and you voted for him, not a single policy or decision that he's made benefits you at all, regardless of race, sex, belief system, religion.
But I feel like at this point, it's just never even going to matter, just because.
Well, it would, because if those,
of course it would.
Those people woke up and called their congressman and said, "Hey, I made a mistake. Let's get him out of there," then Congress could do it. But unfortunately, those people are doubling down. We live in a democratic society. A change can be made. Not enough people want to make the change. And that's fine. They're going to suffer because of it. And that's fine.
This is very depressing. Okay, so
TikTok was banned and now it's back. So please follow me at 2PodClips. All right, friends. Thank you for watching the number 2 pod. We love making it. Thank you for... We are available on YouTube. You can watch the video, but otherwise... And we have video on...
We got video everywhere. We're still on all the socials.
And we're mostly on the socials, but come check us out. Like, subscribe. We can't wait to see you. Bye.
Bye.
Ice cream cones.
Sprinkles.